I can say with confidence that I am a good mother of young children. The problem is that my children are not so young anymore. One is nearly 9, and the other, at age 11 and a half, is fast approaching her teen years. While I don't know for certain, I suspect that I am not such a good mother of teenagers. Friends with babies moan about the lack of sleep and the monotony of their days at home. I tell them I'll trade my 11-year-old for their infant. Friends with toddlers exclaim in frustration about their child who has just hit the terrible 2s. I offer to swap one 11-year-old for one 2-year-old. Heck, some days I'd swap one 11-year-old for two 2-year-olds. You see, I know what to do with little ones. Parenting young children comes pretty naturally to me. It helps that I had plenty of experience babysitting as a teenager and then working as an elementary and early childhood teacher later in life. Have a boo-boo? I know a rhyming spell to recite as I put on the Band-Aid, guaranteed to make that boo-boo heal just a little bit faster and feel better instantly. Toddler having a tantrum in the middle of the grocery store? I know how to distract her with a game, a song, a book, or a snack. And if all else fails, I'm prepared to leave the full cart of groceries right there and remove her from the store. Third snow day in February and everyone's going stir-crazy at home? Let's build a fort under the dining room table out of blankets and pillows and read by flashlight inside it. Let's bake cookies or make soft pretzels shaped like the letters of the alphabet. Let's make homemade Play-Doh and then use it to celebrate a pretend birthday, complete with real candles on the Play-Doh cake. Or let's fill balloons and rubber gloves with colored water, let them freeze outside, and then pop them so we have colorful ice marbles and frozen hands all over the yard. Are the children worried about the first day of school? Or missing daddy who's away on a long business trip? I know just the picture book to pull out that relates to the issue at hand and will allow us to talk about it together. No doubt we'll all feel better when we realize that we're not the only ones facing this situation. I'm not saying I've been a perfect mom by any means. I've had my days from hell and my moments I wish I could forget. Overall, though, my personality is well suited to dealing with young children. I tend to be very organized, and I find rules, structure, and a predictable routine comforting. So do most young children. I'm a morning person and don't usually mind getting up early. That helps when you have little ones. I also consider myself a pretty patient person, and patience is essential when dealing with kids. For some reason, though, the patience that I have in spades with babies and young children seems to vanish when I am faced with an older child daring to be disobedient or the fresh talk of my tween. Young children usually thrive when provided with limits. Older children instead want to push the limits. Too many rules, too little independence, sure to cause conflict with your teen. In addition, by the time they are teenagers, your kids not only know how to push your buttons, they've also identified your weaknesses. They can destroy you with one remark or a single look. And then there's tone of voice. So much can be communicated through tone of voice alone. It's not easy to be the parent of a tween. Once your child reaches middle school, you're officially an embarrassment. You're encouraged not to enter the school building, and if you happen to pass your child in the hall one day while there for a meeting, do not expect a hug, a smile, a hello, or any acknowledgement at all, really. Best not even to make eye contact. If you refer to the middle school social as a dance, you get the look. If you happen to sing along with a country song in the car one day, your daughter begs, "Could you please not sing? Because we're not country people and it doesn't sound good." I recently defended the referees at one of my daughter's basketball games rather than simply agreeing with her that they were stupid. And I realized just a second too late that all she needed was someone to empathize with her. At least once a week, I'm accused of ruining my daughter's life, and she often tells me how much nicer her friends' mothers are than I am. This morning's pronouncement when I asked if I could help as my daughter had a fit over some pants that didn't feel comfortable was, "You just make it worse." If I try to answer homework questions, the result is often yelling or tears, usually my daughter's, but occasionally mine. And that's when it's an assignment I do understand. Yesterday, when my daughter was stressing out about her science homework, I tried to calm her down and reassure her. She interrupted me, yelling, "You're so bad at this," and stormed out of the room. I sat there wondering if she meant that I'm bad at science, bad at helping with homework, bad at making her feel better, or just bad at parenting in general. Oh well, Maybe by the time my son reaches age 13, I'll have this parenting thing figured out. You can check back with me then. Or sooner if you have a 3-year-old who's driving you crazy. I might be willing to make a trade.